Well, hello, welcome. It's Thursday. God, the days I'm getting wrong this week. It's Thursday Q&A live with me, Phil Morse, here in the Digital DJ Tips Gibraltar HQ. Welcome, everyone. We are live all over the place today. We're live on our Facebook page. We're live on our Global DJ Network Facebook group. We're also live in our Student Hub student group. We're on Twitch. We're on Mixcloud Live. Hello, Mixcloud people. And of course, we're on YouTube. Of course, we're on YouTube. So welcome, everyone. It's just about hanging out for an hour or thereabouts. You and me talking DJing. I'm here to answer any questions that you have about your DJing. You know the way we teach DJing: gear, music, techniques, playing out and promoting yourself, the 5 big areas. Maybe you've got a question in one of those 5 areas. Gear is the geeky stuff. How do I plug this in? Why is this not working? Music is obviously about your music collection, how to get, find, organize and play your music. Techniques is about what you're doing on the gear, the tricks, the actual DJing part. Playing out is a thing that none of us are doing enough of at the moment, but at least some of us are live streaming. It's the actual performing thing. And promoting yourself, it is what it is, right? You understand that. So they're the 5 areas that we cover in the book. And you get a free copy of the book, by the way. Everyone gets a copy of the book simply by joining Digital DJ Tips. So if you're not a member of Digital DJ Tips yet, it's free. Just go there. That's all you got to do. And you get the book for free as well. We'll give you a download of that book. You can also get it on Amazon, Kindle, audiobooks, iTunes books, whatever the Apple bookstore is called now. It's everywhere. It's even in bookshops. But I want to give you a copy of that book as well. So that's how we teach DJing in our book, those 5 big areas. And I want to help you with them today. That's what this is all about. It's just hanging out. So if you are new to this, it's Digital DJ Tips. That's who we are. We're a DJ school. We have 25 DJ courses. If you're not new to this, you don't need me to tell you any of that. But if you're watching the replay, then you should know better, folks. You should have been here live. And the way to get here live is very simple. Just make sure you are actually subscribed to the channel or to the Facebook page, liked, and all the posts are showing first. And then we'll let you know when we go live because we'll be able to notify you. Simple as that. So if you're not, then you know what to do. But that said, if you've got any questions and you're watching the replay, that's absolutely cool. Just ask them anyway. My team and I will get to you in the comments underneath. So here we are. It's Thursday Q&A live. It's great to be here, folks. It's been a hard, long day here in the Digital DJ Tips studio. I've been editing video for our big Prime 4 talk through, the Denon DJ Prime 4. That's what I've been doing today, and also publishing some stuff on Serato, actually, because Serato have got some nice updates that have just come out. So Serato now has an easier way of recording your DJ sets, even if you are using a streaming service, which has always traditionally been quite hard to do. So that's what we covered today, and there's a video over on our YouTube channel showing you how to do that with Serato. And also, finally, it might sound silly, but you can actually play Serato through your laptop speakers, which you just couldn't do before. You had to always have speakers plugged into your DJ controller, which is normally all right, who cares? But sometimes you do want to play it through your laptop speakers. So for instance, if you've got a little DJ controller, like this lovely little DJ to go I've got here, and you've got a laptop, well, now you can just plug it in and you can press a button in Serato and your laptop speakers will work instead of having to have another speaker plugged in here. And sometimes that's what you want. Sometimes you don't want to be carrying around extra speakers with you. So we have a video that shows you how to do that as well. So that's what I've been doing. Been keeping nice and busy. You can catch all that stuff over on Digital DJ Tips. What have you been doing? Let me know in those comments. I'd love to know what you've been up to since we last spoke. And let me know your little wins in your DJing and so on. That'd be really cool. But that's what we've been up to here at Digital DJ Tips. Right, I'm here for your questions, people. As long as you've got questions that you'd like answering, I will try and hang around and help you. So hi to all of our regulars piling in. Mixmaster G, it's always good to have you here. Martin, it's always good to have you here as well. Who said, great DJ set on Sunday. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And great work with the video on Tuesday. Wow, you're loving my work at the moment. That's what it's all about. So thank you very much for that. Hello to Deacon. Hello to ImJKKJ. Tiffany, always good to have you here. Andy says, good afternoon. I've managed to get to the live and not to the video on demand. I'm usually at work. Well, good to have you here for that. And hello to everyone else who's saying, Sarah, I was in Gibraltar last week and I didn't run into you. Well, what a shame. It's quite easy to run into people in Gibraltar. I often get stopped by people who say, hey, you're Phil, aren't you? Because it's such a small place. It's only 30,000 people live here. 30,000 people in the whole country. But there you go. Right, your questions, people. So, Devon, how many hours should I practice DJing? It's a great question, Devon. So, the thing with practicing DJing is it's much better to do it little and often than to do it in big chunks. So the mistake you sometimes fall into, and I see DJs falling into, is they say, I'm going to practice on Sunday all day. Sunday is my day when I get a chance to do this stuff. So Sunday, I'm going to be practicing all damn day. And that's great, except something's going to come up on Sunday and you're not going to practice all day. And guess what happens when you do that? You lose your whole week's practicing. And that's bad. We don't want you to lose your whole week's practicing. We want you to get that practice in. So the best way, instead of saying I'm going to practice for 8 hours on Sunday, so I'm going to do an hour a day. And then that's 7 hours for the week, or maybe 2 on Sunday, there's your 8 hours. But what that does mean is that you are pretty sure to do at least the majority of that, instead of that not happening. So practice little and often. And the second thing about practicing little and often is that the breakthroughs come in your DJ. I mean, hit those likes or hearts or loves or whatever you want to hit if you have experienced what I'm about to talk about. The breakthroughs happen in anything in life, work, DJing, whatever, when you're not sat at your desk, when you're not behind your decks, when you're not doing the thing that you want the breakthrough on. They happen when you're asleep, or when you're chilling, or when you're walking there, or when you're just out with the kids doing something different. That's when you think, that's it. You know, computer programmers always say, if you're stuck on a problem, walk away from the computer. You'll come back and you'll see the way through. So if you're practicing little and often, you're giving yourself lots and lots of those chances for those things to happen. You're giving yourself lots and lots of chances for breakthroughs to happen in your DJing and in your, whether it's muscle memory or trying to get a mix right. But if you practice all in one go, you're just going to get fatigued, and then it's a week till the next time. So you've probably forgotten all the stuff that comes up in the week in your head. So I think little and often is more interesting to think about than, you know, how long should I practice for. That said, you know, if you can practice for 3 or 4 hours a week, you're doing fine. You know, our DJs who take a lot of our DJ courses are like, how long should I spend doing this? And the truth is, we're there for you as long as you need, and it's really up to you. It's up to how it fits into your life. I find that, you know, when I want to do a lot of reading, I'm doing a lot of reading at the moment. I like to do stuff, you know, I like to read books and stuff when I've got something that's on my mind and that I want to research. I get up early and I read for an hour in the morning, like 5 days a week, every weekday. So I might do 7 or 8 hours reading in a reading week. And that to me is the same as practicing DJing. So I'd say, you know, 7, 8 hours a week, maybe an hour a day is fine, but you don't have to do that much. 3 or 4 is fine as well. Okay, thank you for that question. Great one. Thank you for that, Devon. Hello to Graham, who's watching us from Turkey. That's cool. Good to hear that, Graham. Benny's in Holland. Gerald, hello to you. Hello to Beatbloxers, becoming a bit of a regular now, aren't you, my friend? Back in my home city of Manchester, England. Deacon's in New Jersey. Ronald says, has any controller company threatened to create a DJ controller that also handles the video controls for streaming? It's a really good question. And the answer is no, but you can MIDI map controls very easily to things. So it is possible to map controls and then use them for your streaming software. A really good piece of advice for streaming, by the way, if you can afford the $100 or whatever it costs, is to get one of these. This is called a Stream Deck. I've just unplugged it. That's bad news, actually, because it's controlling this whole broadcast. So while I find where that was and plug it back in again, I'll tell you about it slightly off camera. So a Stream Deck is a little piece of gear that, I'm not joking, I did unplug it, by the way. It's not just a wheeze. It is a little piece of gear which will allow you to control the streaming controls on your streaming software without actually having to use shortcuts on your computer keyboard or anywhere else. And the best bit about these little units is, there you go, that's plugged in again now. Hopefully that will give me my control back in a second. There we go, it has. The best thing about these little units is they have buttons on. You see that in the light, so you can't really see that too well, but these buttons correspond with what's going on my screen. So I've got a button for the, like I want to switch to the browser where I'm showing you the website. Press that button there and it goes to the browser. If I want to switch to the computer that is behind me there, there's a button that's got a picture of that computer on, and there's Serato playing on that computer there. So if you want to control your live streams and you want to do it in a really elegant way, this little box is called a Stream Deck, and it's from a company called Elgato. It's really, really cool. I've only had it for a few days. I've just been using a little Bluetooth keyboard like this, which is fine, but you've got to remember what the buttons do. On this, it's written on it, and there's little pictures that update live. So, but having them on a DJ controller, I would go for MIDI mapping it myself if it were me. It's possible to do that stuff, although it's something that I certainly don't have time to work out how to do myself. There are people out there with far more time and technical expertise who can do that stuff. You probably get a little app that'll let you do it. But a great question, thank you for that. DJ Dinero says, oh no, we've done, I clicked the wrong one there. DJ Dinero, I have a question. How do you make the echo effect work on the microphone? It's a good question, and it depends on what you're using. If you're using most DJ controllers, you can't have an echo on a microphone, because what happens with DJ controllers, and let's just try and grab one that I can show you. I'll go grab one from the shelves over here. So you would think with DJ controllers, wouldn't you, that you'd be able to put echo on your microphone and all that good stuff. But the truth is, what happens with these is your effects exist on this, but your effects exist, say, here, in this case, and they only work on the channels. The microphone plugs in at the back, but it doesn't go through any of this stuff. It plugs in at the back, it goes through a microphone volume control, which will be here somewhere, and it's probably actually on the front or the back. I'm not sure where it is on this, I can't remember. But there's a microphone volume control somewhere on here. Where is it? Where's the microphone volume control gone? There it is, in the top corner. So it goes from there to there and straight out there, and that's it, through the main volume control. But it doesn't go through any of the effects. So you can't have echo, reverb, and those kind of things going on your microphone. And that's the same with nearly all DJ controllers. Notably, Tractor is different. Tractor will actually put the mic through a real channel of the DJ controller, and then you get to use effects on it. So the way around it is to get a mini mixer, something like this. This is a little bit more complex than you need, but this is a little mini mixer, and what you do is plug your DJ controller into this and your microphone into this, and the output from this goes off to where you would normally plug the output in. And a little mixer like this has got effects on it. These are all the effects you can dial in, so you could put some reverb and echo onto your microphone that way. You can get little mixers like this for upwards of about $80, and the good thing is that a lot of them nowadays have built-in audio interface as well, so you can then plug it into your computer. So it means you don't have to buy a separate audio interface. Like a lot of people buy audio interfaces like this kind of thing, little Evermix mix box, so they can plug their DJ controller into their computer or iOS device to record. So that kind of mixer will do that for you as well. So that's how to do it. Keep the questions coming, folks. I'm already having fun here. I am JKKJ says, I didn't get my book. What, you mean your copy of this? Have you joined Digital DJ Tips? Head to the, I'll show you where to get it from, my friend, if you've joined. You will have been given a link in the email, but no worries. Let me show you how to do it. Head over to Digital DJ Tips, go to the top corner here, click on your name once you're signed in, and then you'll go to this page here. And then you can scroll down and go to the free download of the Rock the Dance Floor book here. Just click on this and it will download, and there you go. You've got your free copy of the book. No problem. And if you want to join Digital DJ Tips and you want to get a free copy of the book, just go there. It's free, the book and joining, it's totally free. We'd just love to have you as a member. And you get a PDF download of Rock the Dance Floor as our thank you to you for choosing to be a member with us. Moving on. Hi to Blue Monday Beats. Good to have you here. Hello to Seraphine, who says, I just got your book. You owe me a jump in the pool from last Sunday. So what we normally do on our live streams, and you're probably thinking, if you don't know about our live streams, what is Phil talking about? On our live streams, which we do every other Sunday on the Digital DJ Tips channel, I normally do it from our pool. We've got a pool at the back of our house in our holiday home, and I'm quite often at the holiday home at weekends, and I normally do some DJing from that pool. And when it's nice and warm, I normally just jump in. Because why not? The kids want to as well, and we all kind of jump in. So we have a bit of a family in the pool to end off the live stream. But it's been a bit cold recently, to be completely honest with you. There you go, that's the live stream destination there. And yeah, so I didn't leap in the pool because it was cold, and I make absolutely no excuses for myself there. That's the truth. So thank you for that. So the next question I have is from Graham, who says, how do you toggle between effects on Tractor Control 4 Mark III, 4 channels? How do you toggle between effects? Let's go and grab the Tractor Control Mark III rather. Let's have a look at this together. Let me try and remember how you toggle between effects. So on the the way this controller works is similar to most DJ controllers that are older and the older kind of design. They have an effects unit here and they have an effects unit here. And you can decide which channel goes to which effect unit. So if this channel here, channel 1, I wanted it to go to this effect unit, I press this button here, effects 1, and that will now go there. And everything I do on these effects here will affect channel 1. If I want it to go to channel 2, I press 2 and it will go there. If I want to toggle it between them, I just choose which one I want by pressing these buttons. Is that what you mean? Is that what you wanted help with there? If not, let me know and I'll try and help you a bit more. That kind of effects, they're kind of getting a bit dated now because most DJ controllers are simplifying it, realizing most DJs don't use all that stuff. But they're very powerful if you get used to using them properly. Someone over on our Facebook Global DJ Network group, it's hard to get people's names through on the screen from there because of Facebook privacy stuff. But anyway, whoever it is, thank you for the comment. Says, I just finished the Laid Back Luke edits, mashups and bootlegs course. It's definitely recommended to anyone looking to make steps towards music production. Oh, thank you very much for that. Yeah, it's our brand new course. So a lot of you will know that it's our brand new course. Of course you will, because we've been shouting about it quite a lot recently. It's this one here, Laid Back Luke's bootlegs, mashups and re-edits. And it's one that we're very proud of. And a lot of people seem to be enjoying it very much. So thank you. I'm glad that you've found it useful. And if anyone else wants to investigate this course, it's over on the Digital DJ Tips website right now. You just head to the main website, then you head to courses at the top here, and then you can drill down and find the one you want. It's in the essential courses, and there it is, Laid Back Luke's bootlegs, mashups and re-edits. Thanks for that. So the next question is from Blue Monday Beats. So I was just saying, it looks like you lost the CDJs. From here. Yes, we haven't lost them. They're under the desk now. But yeah, we've been doing some training on this kind of gear. You know what I mean? It's not all about the big gear at Digital DJ Tips. We train people on everything. So yeah, we disconnected them. It was a sad moment, I have to say, earlier on today. How do I get those headphones, says Kim. Oh, that's easy. These headphones here, of course, are the ones you mean, right? So these headphones are a standard headphone from Pioneer DJ, and they are the new kind of budget headphones from Pioneer DJ. But here's the killer. You can go and buy these in all these colors, and then you can pimp them up. They give you a lead, and they also give you the ear cups, which is exactly what we did. Pioneer said, will you review our headphones for us? And I was like, yeah, of course we will, as long as you send me the packs so I can brand them up as Digital DJ Tips, which is exactly what Pioneer DJ did. So now we have these headphones that match our book, which I think are quite nice. They're dividing people though. My wife says they're horrible. But anyway, there we go. The next question is from Andy, who says, will you be doing a video manual for the DDJ 1000 like you did for the Prime 4? We actually haven't done one for the Prime 4 yet. We've done one for the Prime 2. The reason I know we haven't done one for the Prime 4 yet is that I'm in the middle of filming it now. No, we've got a whole course on the DDJ 1000, which does more than just tell you how the controls work. It's kind of like a lot deeper than that already. So if you want to learn the DDJ 1000 with us, then feel free to go and take a look at that course. It's this one here. How to DJ with your Pioneer DDJ 1000 and DDJ 800. It goes into an awful lot of detail about how to use this unit. It is a very special unit. The DDJ 1000 sells an awful lot. The video manuals we're doing are a little bit more reined in, if you like. They're just very much focused on what the controls do. But yeah, we have some training on the DDJ 1000 is the answer there. Your mic is popping bad, says Ronald. Is it kind of like crackling, people? Is anyone else hearing mic problems? It's probably crackling. This is going to hurt. Let me just mute it while I do this. Hang on. There we go. That should be better now. If it isn't, tell me, please, in the comments, and I will switch to the other microphone. Yeah, I'm waiting for a new lead. It's a bit dodgy, that lead. So Abby says, I've got a PV 6BT stereo mixer, which is the one I just showed you actually, that little mixer here. How do I connect to one of the 6 channels which has TRS or XLR inputs? It's far too complicated to try and cover for you here. How do you connect to one of the channels that have got these? You just plug things into them and turn them on here. I can't help you more with that without knowing exactly what's going wrong, I'm afraid, my friend. Have you honestly got a fat belly from too many burgers? I don't know who that suggests to, but I can tell you Clearly I haven't. I'm feeling very slim at the moment, truth be known. Someone over on our Facebook page has finished the screenplay and concept art for a horror film based around bedroom DJs making use of lockdown. There's a lot of good lockdown art coming out, isn't there, at the moment? Hello to Ben, who just says it's great to catch this show live because you're off work this week. Ddjsx says, what are some good yet budget-friendly speakers for the mobile DJ? So you mean for playing out? I'm a big fan of the Dave systems. So LD Systems Dave speakers, they're just good. They kind of sound good. They do the job. They're not big. They don't work for big venues or anything like that. But they're highly recommended from us. And I can tell you that because we use them ourselves. So this is a compact Dave system. So I'd have a look at these if I were you as a starting point. Maybe other people can help out Ddjsx as well, who's on YouTube. So maybe you can go and help Ddjsx there. They've got these in various sizes. But yeah, LD Dave is the one I would recommend off the top of my head. Let's get another question. Can I use Beatport and Tidal at the same time on Serato 2.4? Says DJ Shagger. No, you can't. And it's one of the things about Serato that is quite annoying when it comes to streaming services. So I happen to have Serato open here, so I'll show you. So if I click into, not my Serato, that's not what I meant to do at all. Let's get out of my Serato. Let's click into the Serato settings here and go to our music streaming. This is the music streaming services at the bottom of the screen here. You can click show streaming services, but unfortunately, you can't show more than one at a time. I can have Beatport, SoundCloud, Tidal, BeatSource, but you can't have more than one at a time. So the streaming service shows down here in the right-hand menu, and here's the streaming service I've currently got selected. And that's a little bit restrictive, frankly. On Rekordbox, you can have all your streaming services at once. You can even make playlists from tracks in the different streaming services. It doesn't care where the music's coming from, but it's definitely a limitation on Serato at the moment. A lot of you are saying, are you hitting your lab? It sounds muffled. Sorry about this, folks. These things happen. There we go. Let's see if that's all right. If it isn't, you guys and girls tell me. I'll switch to the other microphone. Is that all right now, microphone people? Tell me. I'm watching the bottom of the comments to find out. Someone just say, yeah, it sounds okay now, Phil. That'll be good enough for me. Go on, say it. Someone. I get a 10-second delay, so I've got to wait until the comments come through. I'll keep an eye out for those now. No? Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Sounds better, says everyone. Thank you. Okay, let's carry on with more of your stuff. Mustangs just says, hey, Phil, tell us what shells you're using for your DJ gear over there. I've no idea. They came from a DIY store. Can't tell you, I'm afraid. Ian says, hi, Phil. I tuned into a DJ show I followed regularly yesterday, and they switched over to Mixcloud Live. I love the fact there was no distraction from Facebook, and the audio sounded so much better. It felt like the start of something new and zero interruptions. Is this the future of live streaming? We are actually live on Mixcloud at the moment, right now, here at Digital DJ Tips. There's our Mixcloud stream going on right there. Hello to our Mixcloud folks over there. Giorgio says your sound's a bit dodgy. Yeah, we've fixed that. Thank you for helping me. Hi to Call Hall. Yeah, we're on Mixcloud. We love it. We do all our streams on Mixcloud as well. And it's a great place to stream. And more to the point, it's designed for DJs, which I love. We're not breaking the rules by being there, and that's got to be worth something. Ray says, it's my first time playing out tonight after 5 months of practice, 350 hours. I'm super nervous. Any advice? Yes, Ray. Keep it simple. Don't try anything clever. And don't worry about the first 20 minutes. Plan the first 20 minutes. Know what you're going to play for your first 5 or 6 songs. The nerves will have dissipated by then, and you'll enjoy the rest of the time a lot, I promise you. Next question. Let's have a question from Ddjsx says, I've got the PDF and the physical version of the book. It's on the arm of my couch because I've been reading it again. Oh, thank you very much for that. How do you make any money from the book, says Michael, if you give it away all the time? You know in supermarkets, they put the bananas right inside the front door. and they don't make any money from those, but it gets you in the door. That's what this book is. I don't want people to pay for this, because I want people to read this before they talk to me, because it means I'm not answering stupid questions all the time. This is to get you into the club, the book. And, you know, we do make money from this because we sell thousands of copies of it, because some people do want the physical book, some people want the audio book, some people want it on their Kindle. But if you can't afford it or don't want it on one of those, I want you to have it for free, which is why you get it for free when you join. So look, the reason is I don't want you to not have this information. Once you've got this information, we can talk. We can start trying to train you. We can get you into our courses. We can turn you into the DJ you want to be. But the info in there is kind of priceless stuff, and you need it. So that's why we give the book away. It's not there to make money. It's there to get you into the club, to get you into our community. Okay, so let's continue with the questions that you've got. I'm really enjoying this today, and I would love it if you would do one of these things. Hit share, because that's the best thing you can do for us. Hit like or love or thumbs up or any kind of like way of saying you're enjoying it. And if you're not subscribed to the channel on YouTube, I really would like you to do that, because it means that you can be told when we go live, as long as you press that bell, of course, as well. So please just do one of those things at this point. Go on, I'll wait for you. You done it yet? Cool. Thank you very much. Because we're about halfway through, and I do count on your support to make these things successful. All right, people, let's carry on. Questions, questions, questions. Jam Master A says, my SC6000 has become a soft brick after Engine Prime update. It says Engine Prime failed to start, error 4. Is there any way around this? Wow, that is not good. This is the SC6000. This is actually the SC6000M, the motorized version. It's quite a heavy one. They are wonderful, wonderful players from Denon DJ. But obviously not wonderful right now for you, Jam Master A. Get onto Denon DJ support. They'll help you. They're very good at that stuff. They'll help you to sort that out for sure. Brad says, hey Phil, I own Vocaloid. I'd love to collab with you. I'll drop you a DM. Brad, send an email to info@digitaldjtips.com for the attention of Phil. info@digitaldjtips.com for the attention of Phil. Say that I've spoken to you, please. That's better than DMs. DMs get lost. We get so many of them. Okay. This question is from Sue. I just wanted to know what's happening to Facebook and their burning of DJs playing live on the platform, because October the 1st was meant to be the day for everyone playing live on Facebook to get banned, but no one is. What's happening? What happened is Facebook actually got in touch with us and all the other websites to put right what they kind of told us. So what Facebook did was say, we're updating our terms and conditions. Here they are, and sent out a new set of terms and conditions. One of them was, you know, you're going to get your live streams pulled if you're using copyrighted material, and you're going to get your channel banned if you're using copyrighted material. And it specifically said, our platform is not for playing music. Music is meant to be background to something else, not the reason that you're going live. So obviously every DJ, journalist and website worth their salt said, oh no, this is terrible, watch out people. But Facebook got in touch with us after they'd told us that information and said, oh, hang on a second, sorry, we gave you the wrong impression there. That part of our terms and conditions is actually 2 years old and has always been there. And we're like, dudes, that wasn't very clear, was it? So although Facebook in theory is banning all live streams, and most people are having massive problems on Facebook, we don't even bother music live streaming on Facebook. Nothing's actually changed on the 1st of October. So if you were getting away with it for whatever reason, you still can. But we don't know anyone who is. We know very few people having fun, any kind of fun on Facebook, because they're just getting their streams pulled like they always have. Michael says, would you consider doing a 5-hour live segment on the group page where you guys pick out group members to go live for a session to better help network and promote each other in the group with their skills and get good positive feedback on their mix? The idea of having people going live in our community is something we do talk about. Our Facebook pages are not for that, for the reasons we were just talking about, you know, for no other reason than that, but also because we can't do it. Yeah, good thinking. We'll keep thinking about that. Is the microphone still all right, by the way, people? Yeah, good. Awesome. Gerrit says, on the next Balcony Beats, can you play Jump by Van Halen? And we want to see you jump into the pool. What a shame that Eddie Van Halen died this week, eh? But yeah, maybe we should, just as a tribute to Eddie. There we go. Brian says, talking of Rock the Dance Floor, are there any plans for a second edition? Are there any items you may need to update due to new streaming and controller changes? Alternatives, is there anything you think should not have been in the original version? Do you know what? I actually redid this book. When we did the audio version of this book, not so long ago, I sat down in the studio with an engineer, and I read the whole book out, and it has dated really, really well. There were two changes. One, Serato DJ is now called Serato DJ Pro, so we had to change that. And the other thing was something really tiny. This doesn't contain too much about streaming services, but that is basically it. So when we do update this book, we'll definitely add something about streaming services. It's actually a great idea. I'm going to make a note now. I might do a kind of bonus online chapter on streaming. I'll write the chapter and we'll give it away free to everyone who's got the book and all our members. And then when we do reprint the book, we can just add that chapter into edition number 2. But no, it was written to be evergreen. So that seems to have worked. Okay, let's keep going, looking for more questions. Duncan, do you have any tutorials on FL Studio? We don't. We use our Ableton Live software, but I have often been asked about FL Studio, so you never know. That might happen. Apparently the DDJ 1000 with its dedicated effects channels does allow you to apply effects to all 4 channels, including the mic. Yes, that's a very good point. So the DDJ 1000, I'm looking for one to hold up. It's not anywhere obvious. Does have the kind of, in fact, I can show you on a Pioneer mixer. Let me just grab a mixer. So the DDJ 1000 has got effects like this. And these effects down here, you can put the effects unit on all the channels 1, 2, 3, or 4, or the microphone. And if you have it on the microphone, then you can put the effects through the mic as well. So that's the DDJ 1000 and also the DDJ 1000 SRT, also the DDJ 800 as well. So they will all work with that. Sorry everyone for the loose cable. You've all been saying that, but we got it fixed eventually. I'm looking forward to the manual for the Prime 4, says Tiffany, in case I've missed something. So we do these big video manuals on YouTube every now and then. So one we did was for the XDJ XZ or XZ from Pioneer DJ. Let me show you that one. It looks like this. So it's me presenting a whole video manual, training tutorial and video manual. This is long, folks. Look at that, 2 hours, 14 minutes long. And these manuals are in massive, massive depth. So take a look at that. That's everything that's covered in the manual. So it's just like reading the manual, but I actually show you and I actually explain to you why these things exist and why you need these functions rather than just saying what they are. These are a labour of love. These take a long, long time to make. And the reason we do them is because we want people to be good at all the boring stuff so that we can teach them the interesting stuff. So we've currently got these for the Pioneer DJ XDJ XZ or XZ and for the Denon DJ Prime 2. I'm just finishing a Denon DJ Prime 4 one now. And the question there was, all the talking about it, I've forgotten what the actual question was there. Are you going to do one? Oh, looking forward to the Prime 4 one. Yeah, that should be out in a couple of weeks. If I wanted to get into production, says Hand of Music, what are the recommendations from the different courses you offer, including the layback loop one and the other one, production for DJs or something? Okay, let me just give you a very quick look at what we've got when it comes to teaching production. So with music production, there's kind of 2 ways you can go at this. You can go all in, or you can say, you know what, I'm going to do myself a favor and just try and learn slowly, because it can be quite intimidating. So we've got 2 options for you here now at Digital DJ Tips. So the first option, head over to the website, head over to DJ Courses and scroll down and go into Essential Courses. The first option is the Layback Loop course. This is now the easiest way to start learning production with us because it doesn't start with a blank page. It starts with the tracks you already love and shows you how to just change them a bit, then how to make mashups with them, and then finally how to make bootlegs where you start to add in your own instrumentation and so on. It's like Production Light. It's a very nice introduction to it. Now, if you want to go a bit deeper than that, the course for you is the All New Dance Music Formula course. And the All New Dance Music Formula course starts at the same point, i.e. at the beginning, but it then takes you a lot further. and it bypasses making re-edits and so on. It goes straight into making your own music. Now, it's not scary because this course works by you follow along with Joey, our tutor, and by the end of it, you have got a finished tune. But more to the point, you've learned how to use all the controls and you know what to do to go back and do it for yourself. I mean, both courses are much loved. The Luke one has got an amazing amount of love in the few days since it's been on sale, but Joey's course has been on sale for many years. It's been remade completely at least once because it's very, very popular. So both of those will work, but it just depends how far you want to dive into it. I'm still using iDJ Pro. What's your thought on this old tech? Paul, if it still works, don't worry about it. We shouldn't buy gear just for the sake of it. Phil, how do you feel about the headphones cable being proprietary on the Q1? I realized when I was trying to plug the pink cable into my Technics AEH-DJ, the cable being proprietary on the Q1. So you mean on these headphones, right? You mean this bit here? This is very normal. It's very normal to have a lock-in cable that's proprietary on headphones. So I think it's normal, frankly. It's just the way it is. And it's quite good because it's good to have a lock-in cable on your headphones. So yeah, that's just the way it is. All right then. So I've never seen you promote Gemini equipment. I have the Gemini 900 MDJ, and I like the and the PMX20 mixer, because Gemini are a very difficult brand to work with. They're often saying to us, here's our new gear, and then it never appears. Or they got in touch with me a few months ago and said, we finally got a piece of gear, I want to send you one. I'm like, great. That was it. I've not heard anything from them since. So, you know, if they were involved with this a bit more, we would be involved with them a bit more, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's where we are with that one. One or two more questions then. Let's keep going. It's lovely to see you helping each other, people. I always say this, but I'm just watching people helping each other in the comments, and that's really cool. Clyde says, I've been trying to understand why I see DJs continually hitting the Q button before hitting play. Yeah, so what it is they've got their headphones on, there's a track playing on one deck, they're just using the Q to get themselves in time and then hit the play button. It's almost like a little, I don't know, it's almost like a little tick, but it just somehow, if you're already pressing a button, then the timing on the final press is likely to be better. But you don't have to do that stuff. You don't have to do that stuff at all. Paul, thoughts on the standalone Denon MCX 8000? Don't buy it now. They've got better standalone controllers now. It's still great tech if you own it. It's still great. It works, does the job, but it's out of date now. While you're on the subject of Tractor, says Bob, what's the problem with the service center? Is it won't activate the serial number? Oh, I hate the Tractor service center. It's just, why? You know, software should be very easy to install and easy to update, and Serato get it right. I hate the way Tractor do it. I've got no idea. Just ask their forum. I'm sure they'll help you. Martin says, I've stopped using Serato and moved over to DJ because I can stream from 2 different sources. Yes, well, there you go. That's what we were saying earlier about Serato and its difficulty, isn't it? I started with a controller, but now I play with a team that uses turntables. Should I learn how to mix on turntables or stick to controller? So they're going to be using turntables with DVS, right? With DJ software like Serato or whatever. So it doesn't really matter. Use turntables to use Serato with DVS if you like. It's good to have both skills. So yeah, it's good to be able to DJ on everything, really. It's silly to tie yourself to one thing or another, I'd say. So many of you saying the microphone is fine now. Thank you for that, because I get the comments kind of late because I'm trying to answer questions and going from beginning to end. So lots of people helping out our DJ with his first gig tonight, Ray. So we're all rooting for you, of course, Ray. DJ99, should I upgrade to 2.4 for Mac today, even though I might not fully utilize it until next year? Or should I wait till I actually need it? You mean the new Serato update? Yeah, update today. Why not? You're not going to lose anything by doing that. Hi Phil, what Pioneer turntables in your opinion are the best or the closest to Technics? The 1000s. Don't go for the 500s, they're not very good. Go for the 1000s. I think they're called PLX, are they? Pioneer PLX 1000s? Yeah, definitely go for the 1000s. Can you stream Mixcloud from your iPhone? Yes, you can, but you can't do it from the Mixcloud app. You have to get an app that will let you do it by putting in the Mixcloud RTMP code. And the one I would recommend for you, I'm just dialing it up now to show you, is this one here. It's called Larix Broadcaster. And you can get it for everything. Get it for Apple, Android. I think you can also get it on desktops actually, but you can definitely get it for Android and for Apple. So go get Larix Broadcaster for iOS, and then you put your RTMP key in that Mixcloud gives you, and then you can broadcast directly to Mixcloud from your phone. So that's how you do that. Gerald is saying, I have a Mackie Thump 12A. I'm having trouble keeping it cool. I do not play loud and the speaker gets hot. Well, is it giving you any issues? Because if not, it's probably meant to be like that. I mean, I'm no expert, but I would say if it's not breaking down, then it's probably all right. Or just drop them an email and ask if it's normal. Terry says, I've got the DDJ 1000 and my hot cue button isn't working. When I select it on the controller, it brings up the pad effects. Any question? Any suggestions? Yeah, let's just try and work this out for you. So this is going to be off the cuff because it's a long time since I've looked at this. But let's just get Rekordbox up on my computer here, and let's have a look at how you sort those pads out. So in Rekordbox, if you're using Rekordbox DJ, I'm pretty sure that in the software you get the chance to choose what's going on the pads. Now you should be able to do it on the controller as well, but let's switch over to Rekordbox DJ. We're already in the performance mode. So here, you can set whether the pads are hot cue, pad effects, slicer, beat jump, beat loop, and so on. So see if you can just change it on there, and that might just fix what's going on. Without knowing your exact circumstance, I'm not sure, you know, what's going on with you, but just that little drop down there might just be something that can help you. So as I say, not sure, but have a go at that. One or two more questions then, people. I wonder if anyone, including Phil and his friends, had a heavy experience with DJing on Linux, because on the Mac it seems that the more RAM people add, the more it takes, starting from the Finder. Wow, there's a technical question. You can get MIXX software, which works on Linux. I don't know of any other DJ software that works on Linux at all. It's MIXXX actually. It's got the third X on the end. This is Mix. It's free software and it works on Linux. I can't think of any other Linux DJ software. I don't have any problems with memory on my Mac. Maybe there's a configuration problem or something that you're dealing with there. Ian says, how do you know if the EQ knobs, faders and the rest are more sensitive on the XDJ XZ than on proper club gear? They're not. I don't think they're the same. Oh, do you know if? No, I think they're fine. They're the same. Have you had any feedback on quality of the recording straight to the unit's USB record feature? It's fine. Yeah, I don't have any issues with any of those things. Lots of people are saying Facebook's rubbish. It just cuts you off. Boycott Facebook, says Lee. Facebook just cuts you off, says Mike. Says Ronald, rather. All right then. Will any $30 mic work with communicating on your live stream, or should I spend more money and get quality? I'd say with microphones, always spend a bit more money. Get yourself a Shure SM58 or something. It will just last you for a lifetime. So why not? Why not get a good one? Hello, Mario. Good to have you here. Haven't seen you for a little while, my friend. Wonderful to see you here. I'm glad. I hope you're well. David says, how can you plug a Pioneer Ddjsx into an audio interface which features 48-volt phantom power for mics at the same time as a condenser mic without frying the internals of the controller? Wow, there's a question. You don't plug the controller into one of the phantom channels. So this is an audio interface, or a equivalent of an audio interface. It has phantom powered. This is where the audio interface or the mixer sends power to a microphone. It has these sockets, but it also has line-in sockets just for plugging in normal sources. So just plug it into a line-in. Hopefully you've got more than one option there. I'm not sure if you shouldn't be plugging into a mic socket anyway, because it's a line out from a controller. People are voting that I add live streaming to the book. Well, it's written down now. I've got a note there. Live streaming chapter for book. These things never get forgotten once they are written down on my little post-it notes. With all that gear taking up your studio, do you need me to take that Pioneer mixer off your hands, to create space? I'd do it. I'd even pay the postage, says Lee. We're very well organized here, and every piece of gear has its place. It's a kind offer, but one I'm going to have to turn you down on. No, we haven't got a manual for the NS7 III, I'm afraid. We're just kind of working through the most popular things at the moment. I would like an in-depth look at dynamic and normal analysis in Rekordbox. I'm having difficulty getting the beat grid on old songs. We have got a course that helps you with Rekordbox. Rekordbox Made Easy, but you know, beat gridding is one of those things that is just, it is hard getting your beat grids right. But really the key is put your every beat you can, put a grid marker down. It takes time, but once you've done it, it should be okay. But thank you for that. We'll consider doing some extra training on that. I have to tell you as well, though, that one of the best places to get training on advanced beat gridding, advanced anything, is our Digital DJ Lab. This is Digital DJ Lab. This is the subscription program we have for people who've taken our courses and want to keep in the game, if you like. So it's divided into big name DJ breakdowns, where we show you massive mixes from huge DJs and exactly how they're done. But these are added to 1 or 2 a month, added to this. So we've got literally dozens and dozens and dozens of these across all the big names. But also, it has what we call action plans in it. And again, there are scores of action plans in here. And these teach you everything from, look, the first one there is beat gridding and adding cue points to acapellas, music discovery, using music streaming services, beat mixing, getting locked on the beat, manual beat mixing, beat gridding and sync, scratch starting, inventive acapellas. You know, you can see these are all things that are probably a bit too advanced to be in the courses, because if they're in the courses, they just confuse the hell out of people. I mean, this one here, the super simple hot cue system, is awesome from Steve. It's how to get your hot cues working so that they are all colored and they all are the same across all your tunes, so you can quickly find the vocals and all that kind of thing. Digital DJ Lab is well worth having a look at if you're interested. So head over to Digital DJ Tips and go to the courses page and click Digital DJ Lab to learn about that. But if you want to, you know, really dive deep into some of the not hard things, but the involved things about DJing, it'd be a great thing for you to do if you're not already a member in there. So Aaron says, the new 2-channel Pioneer S9 mixer, any idea if this will be Rekordbox compatible? So Pioneer has got a new mixer coming out. We pretty much know this in a couple of days, a week, something like that. That is looks like a replacement for the S9, and it's got a screen on it. So I'm looking for the Range 72. We've got it here somewhere. So this mixer here is the Range 72. I'm just getting it now from our mixer shelf. Sorry if the microphone crackled then. See, it's got this screen at the top, and it shows the vertical waveforms that you see on your DJ software. This works with Serato, but running out of places to put these things down, folks. But it looks like Pioneer have got a new one coming out. Now, Pioneer's always worked with Serato because it's the biggest scratch software of the lot, but they've got their own software now. So I think we will see, if and when they release that product, that it'll work with Rekordbox as well. That's my thought there, Aaron. Do you think Bluetooth headphones will ever be supported on controllers? Maybe, if Bluetooth becomes 0 latency, but until then they won't know. Talking turntables, nothing's as good as the 1210, says James. People are getting close to the 1210s, but I have to agree with you there. Steve is giving a vote up for Larix, says it works very nicely. Wired or wireless mic for live streaming, doesn't make any difference as long as it works. Can you please explain post-fader and pre-fader effects? I'm having trouble wrapping my head around it, thank you. Shame we haven't got a controller with post and pre-fader effects set up. It's really simple. On post-fader effects, let's just pick a controller up and show you. On post-fader effects, let's say that you triggered an effect on this channel. This channel was playing and you turn an effect on, and it's an echo. So imagine an echo. Instead of going like that, you turn an echo on, it's going to go like this, isn't it? Right, that's what an echo is. So you turn an echo on there, on that channel, and then you turn that off immediately. If it's a pre-fader effect, you won't hear the echo because you've turned it off. If it's a post-fader effect, that echo will echo out. In other words, the effect you turned on will finish even though you've turned the fader off. And the reason that happens is that the effect is post-fader. The effect was applied to that signal after the signal went through the fader. So the signal's already left the fader. So with the effect down, it's not going to, the fader down, it's not going to change the effect that's already started on that signal before you turned it off. It's simple as that. The only good thing about there not being any gigs is there's time to learn new things, and hopefully soon take the course with Joey. That's the production course. I just need to get back to City since now on solar power. I never have problems with music, but technical things. Oh, it's romantic, isn't it? Solar power out of the city. Love to know where you are, DJ Anderpont. But thank you for sharing that with us. And Cleveland Terry, always good to have you here, my friend, is helping DJ Accurate, who asked that question about post and pre-fader. So thank you very much. You're a very generous man, Terry, and it's good to have you on here as always. Som Endar says, I've been a Traktor user for the best part of a decade. I've been considering switching to Rekordbox. Is it worth a switch? If you've got no problems with Traktor, don't switch. I always say changing your DJ software is like moving house or changing your partner. It's not something you want to do lightly. So, you know, I need to know what's upsetting you about Traktor, to be honest. But otherwise, stay right where you are. Can I use a powered condenser mic with Pioneer controllers? No, you need to use a dynamic mic because there's no phantom power on Pioneer controllers. Shure SM58, yeah, about $100. Get a second-hand one; it'll still work forever. It's like the Shure SM58 microphone is like the Technics turntable of the microphone world. It just goes on and on and on. People have got them that have been going for decades, including me, actually. One more question then. I'm going to just have one more because I've got to get out of here, folks. I'll tell you what I'm doing next. We've got the dog trainer coming round to help train our little puppy. And I've got to be home for that. So that's what I'm doing after this. So the next question is going to be the last one. This isn't a question actually, really. It's just about the book. Will there be an audio version for people who have no time to read? There is an audio version. You get it on Audible and on Apple's bookstore as well. So there is an audio version of the book. I was looking for a great last question, and then I'm going to be out of here. Let's pick one. Come on, let's pick one. I'm looking for one to jump out at me. I always just want to end on a bang. Oh, let's just go with this one. I'll just pick anything. Should I use flat frequency response speakers for recording DJ mixes, says KD. So producers are very careful to have speakers that have got what's called a flat frequency response. In other words, the very low frequencies are the same volume as the mid and the same volume as the high. When we're listening to headphones or just enjoying our music, sometimes that's not how we want it. You turn the volume down and suddenly music can sound a bit thin, right? So you boost the bass, you know, those bass booster buttons on boom boxes and those EQ settings on your phone and on your headphones and stuff. That's great for listening to music, but it doesn't give you the true representation of the music when you're, for instance, producing. So some producers all producers are very careful to have what's called a flat frequency response, and then they get the room sounding right and so on. And there's some speakers that are known for that, like the Yamaha, what they're called, Ddjsx. I can't remember now, my mind's gone blank, are known for it, the white cone Yamaha speakers. They can be quite harsh because if there's anything wrong in the audio you're putting into them, it won't hide it from you. Whereas other speakers can color the sound a bit. And generally with DJ speakers, it tends to be they boost the bass a bit, so you've got a bit more punch in there. For DJ mixing, I don't think it really matters, to be quite honest, KD. If you want to move into producing, then not only getting the right speakers that have got a nice flat frequency response, but positioning them right, isolating them so they're not rattling about and they're not resonating on the surface you put them on. It's why people put speakers on spikes, so there's very little touching the speaker. That all becomes important. But for DJ mixing, honestly, just get it so you think it sounds awesome, and that's going to be fine for you. We are done here, people, for today. I've really HS8, of course. Thank you, James. We are done here today. I have absolutely loved it. It's been a great hour. Thank you very much, everyone who's been here. I would like to invite you next Tuesday for Tuesday Tips Live at the same time, and next Thursday for another one of these. And also, not this Sunday. I'm having a week off. We do it every other week now. But next Sunday, the following Sunday, at 6 p.m. London, which is it 6 p.m. London? No, it's 5 p.m. London, which is midday Eastern. Come and join me for another Balcony Beats. I was showing you my DJ set live on the balcony there, wasn't I? But you can come and join me for another one. It might be on the balcony, which is where we are there in our holiday home, or it might be on the terrace in Gibraltar, which is where I am now. But both have got a wonderful view. Both are great fun places to do live streams. And I'd love you to come and join me on one of them. Remember, if you're not a member of Digital DJ Tips and you want a copy of our book, just head to there. It's free to join. You get lots more than just this, but I want to give you a copy of this as well. So I'll send you a link to a PDF of that when you join. Whatever you're up to, please take care, stay safe. As I always like to say, get good, get out there, make the moments, people, and I'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.